WrestleMania 41 main event been leaked. A top SmackDown superstar injured. Edge wanted this Attitude Era star to return beside him. The Re 6 debut date and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. WrestleMania 41 main event already atop of today's news is a reporting this week's Observer that the WWE has its WrestleMania 41 main event locked in. Dave Meltzer reports at this point the show is scheduled to feature Cody Rhodes versus The Rock. Dwayne Johnson's idea is WWE title versus People's title. Those in WWE have noted that there's no guarantee will be champion at that time, which is where the People's Belt comes in, but so many things can change over the course of a year. The WWE planted seeds for a Cody vs. Rock match on the Raw after WrestleMania. Many fans believe that the match is a given short of one or both men being injured. As for the statement there's no guarantee RHS will be champion at the time, that's another example of the WWE wanting to keep fans guessing what the future holds. One of the best scenarios fans are speculating about is what role Roman Reigns will have. A Roman vs. Cody Rhodes rematch seemed inevitable as long as Roman is an active wrestler. Likewise, there's no evidence that the WWE's long-term goal of booking The Rock vs. Roman in a dream match has changed. The only questions are when The Rock and Roman will be free to compete. The Rock is believed to be tied up with Hollywood for some time, and while things aren't clear with Roman, recent reports suggest he has a film role. Just how big the film role is remains a mystery, as is the answer to when the WWE intends to bring him back. They already have fans anticipating Roman's return, as we want Roman chants have been obvious ever since Solar Sakwa took over the bloodline. Next up is Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed championship at King of the Ring. The WWE's next P of the King Queen Crown tournament is just 2 weeks away, but so far there's no word on what role Cody Rhodes has for the show, given the sports authorities FNESS for high-profile matches at their events, in effect asking the WWE to book them like WrestleMania's. Fans are curious what role WWE's top babyface will have. Apparently the WWE isn't overlooking Cody. In Meltz, who is reporting, we were told by those in WWE that Rads is pegged for the main event on this show in the title match, and the opponent should start being built imminently since the show is close at hand. While we've been critical of the WWE for booking top programs at the last minute, this is an exceptional situation since there's only 3 weeks between Backlash France and the Saud show. It'll be interesting to see how the WWE determines RHS's opponents and who gets a odd for his next big challenger. As we reported yesterday, the WWE opted for AJ Styles not only because he was a top star but because the company was confident he and Cody could work a top match. That turned out to be the case. In Melt has recently ranked the match as 5 stars. Do you think that the match deserved 5 stars? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Damian Priest plans at King of the Ring. Her fans are likewise also curious what the WWE's plans are for Damian Priest. However, unlike Cody, the World Heavyweight Champion may not have a title defense on the 25th of May, with JUSO having been beaten and every other KO player seemingly accounted for. There's no hint of a Damian Priest title match. Let's hope the WWE hasn't X4'd its contenders for Damian, or his reign could quickly turn into a disappointment. Next up, a top SmackDown superstar injured as Bobby Lashley injured. The Almighty was scheduled to wrestle Tamatanga in the King of the Ring tournament match on the 10th of May SmackDown, but now the Blue Brand's general manager Nick Aldis has announced that Lashley has been pulled from the match. Here's an excerpt from Nick's announcement. Bobby Lashley was set to take on Tamatanga in the King of the Ring, but I've been informed that Bobby has suffered an injury during training and he's going to be unable to compete. He's not been medically cleared to compete that match tomorrow night, so unfortunate news for Bobby Lashley, but a fortunate opportunity for the man taking his place, and that man I have decided will be Angelo Dawkins or the Street Profits. There's no word on whether the injury is legit or part of a storyline. If it's part of a storyline, the WWE may not want to feed Lashley to T, as Lashley is still, at least on paper, a main event star. Likewise, the WWE doesn't want to stop T's momentum by having him lose. Next up, Edge wanted this Attitude Era star to return beside him at WrestleMania 39. A gang RS Runners, a leader of the Brood, remains a vivid memory for fans of the Attitude Era. So why did the WWE allow Gangrel to participate in Edge's Brood entrance? During an interview with Chris Van Knight, Adam Copeland discussed the difficulties getting the WWE to bring Gangrel back. I tried and I just got shut down. Every person shut it down. Why? So this isn't a knock on WWE, but it always get the well, nobody remembers. People remember, wrestling fans remember, and I think wrestling fans want to be rewarded for remembering. Although the rated R superstar knows fans remember that wrestling history, he told Van Vet, but yeah, that was one I just kept getting shut down. I realized, okay, that was not a hill to die on because it didn't get to happen. It's not my sandbox. I got to do with what I've been given. Copeland commented on his recent Cop Open challenge, and Matt Cardona's surprise appearance was a great Easter egg for fans. Longtime fans undoubtedly remember Cardona Superstardom run as one of Ed's henchmen, the EDG heads, along with Brian Myers aka Cat Hawkins. It's unfortunate that Gangrel wasn't able to join Edge when he revisited the BRW gimmick, but it's not a prize. WWE fans also missed out on seeing Edge and Christian working together during Edge's 2020 run, and the company's failure to utilize Christian led to him jumping to AEW, where he's been doing phenomenal work. Next up, why didn't Edge sign with AW in 2019? Copeland also discussed why he didn't sign with AW in 2019 once he learned he was medically cleared to wrestle. Adam told Chris Van Vett that he indeed considered going to AW back in 2019, but that his long status in the WWE made it very comfortable to renew his career there rather than a new promotion. And then in going to WWE and sitting down with Vince, he goes, well, it's got to happen here. At that stage, one looked at the equity built and it felt like having to start over, especially having to start over having been gone for 9 years felt really daunting, if that makes sense. It felt like, at least with WWE, that's one thing off the table that I don't have to worry about. I can come back and walk into the history of this character. AES 2020 return was a success, beginning with his surprise return at the Rumble and continuing his feud with Randy Orton. Although Edge worked a limited schedule, they used him remarkably well for high-profile feuds that capitalized on his name and the nostalgia fans felt watching him work. Edge worked hard during his WWE run, never phoning things in, and his contributions were many, including putting Roman Reigns over and creating the Judgment Day, a faction that is still going strong today. While it would have been interesting to see how Edge would have fared had he joined AW rather than WWE in 2020, things worked out well for him, and his decision to join AW has worked out well for him and his many fans. What you think would have happened had Copeland joined AW rather than WWE in 2020? Next up, Willie Yuta injured or where is AW star Wheeler Yuta? According to a new report from Fight for Select, has been dealing with concussion symptoms for months. As of now, we haven't learned a timetable for his potential return. The Blackpool Combat Club star has been slowly rising in AEW, while wishing him a fast and full recovery. Next up, an AW wrestler out with a permanent injury. In other injury news, things look grim for AW grappler Chuck Taylor, as there are concerns that the real-life injury suffered during match against Trent Beretta may be enough to keep him from ever competing again. While fans are used to work injuries or promoters exaggerating the impact of real-life injuries, this one appears to be a legitimate concern. Wrestle Talk reports has been announced that Taylor has a fractured ankle that will require surgery. It was also stated that due to the nature of the fracture and the presence of necrosis, the injury is likely career-ending. Meltz recently shared his thoughts on Taylor's situation, saying, in the story they say it's over but have also given wiggle room. From what we were told, we said on television was accurate, and the belief right now is that Taylor won't be able to wrestle again. This is disturbing news.